It's pretty crazy how the anime RPG mobile games is developing right now. The progress showing multiple times faster. Even most of the mobile games can be played on PC platform as well. Through this video, you all will realize that we are living in a gaming era where the smartphone is trying to step ahead from the PC platform. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Anime Action RPG Games for Android, PC and iOS 2025. Hacken Slash. Project B. Any of you remember this game because I was playing it on beta testing and it about a few years before. At that moment, Project B is one of the most anticipated anime action games, but until now, I've never seen any second beta. It's kind of a hidden action anime game. Even if you type the game's name, it's getting difficult to find on any videos platform and hidden. But I wish the other game's publisher would like to take the game strike and start to continue developing it. Look at how the character is designed and how good the combat mechanism is. I guarantee if the game's visual can stand against PGR nowadays. But I don't know exactly how the gacha rate is. The main gameplay is a hack and slash base. There are 4 main heroes available to select with a gender lock. They are warrior, magician, gunner, and assassin. It's kind of a single player base where the main hero can't make a party within the other characters. So we need to destroy the enemy by ourselves manually, which is no autoplay action RPG. There is no indicator of stamina, energy, or mana point that we need to be concerned about. Alterna Wild Blue Exorcist Another Story. Surprisingly, this game released globally. Even I never seen any beta testing before, but the game's quality is well optimized on mobile platforms. This is a great example of how the game is perfectly made without spending a lot of time to prepare, but the other games developers should learn from it. Because the hype of a game will keep increasing once the game releases at the right timing and of course on time. So this game is adapted from an anime series, that's why most of players feel so familiar with the game. With a great visualization and the dialogue is pretty well delivered through a lot of special scenes, it will easily attract the newbie players to know the main story. The main gameplay is an open world game RPG with a hack and slash game that will let the player meet random monsters around the area. There are some heroes that can be placed on the team's lineup, and they all are switchable, and I love how we can unleash the partner support skill to deal an extra damage to the target. Overall, I love how the combat battle looks, so smooth and very easy to make a combo by jumping action and attacking action. Best hack and slash action RPG games mobile. Duet Knight Abyss. This game will be a great new action RPG hack and slash game that combined with a shooter base. Can you imagine how this game will become, because it's pretty interesting idea and also attractive. So let me explain how the mechanism works. The player is able to control 2 of the main weapons, which are sword and gun. As a player, of course, it will give a huge advantage for us because we can adjust the combat style based on the enemy's playstyle and find out the weaknesses of the target. The dash button will help you to get a better distance between the targets because it will give you a chance to reach a further area. Hack and slash is not the only thing we should concern about. The dialogue will become so important because there are a lot of options for the player to pick a different answer from one question. Each of the answers will raise a different status of morale or mentality. Explore the city by climbing in the wall and see a better panorama from this angle. As usual, I prefer to play an action RPG game with a female and male character selections. Animu. Are you ready to get one of the best new anime games in 3D characters model? This game will interest you from first sight. Just look at how the graphics are, but the gameplay is absolutely mind-blowing. Let me tell you how the mechanism works. So this is a Pokemon game-like because our main character can capture a different monster and turn their side to ours that we call with Animu. It's not just summoning an Animu into a battlefield, but the player is able to turn themselves to become an Animu form. This action will adjust your main skill and ability based on the animal's elements. For example, we can turn the water to become icy, and of course we can step on it to reach a hidden area. Glider from a higher cliff and many more. It's getting interesting, right? The game's combat mechanism is purely a hack and slash base. We'll explore in the open world with a great brightness color and adorable panorama. Best anime 3D game RPG for PC and mobile as a cross-platform game. Mongil Stardive. Netmarble is the main company behind this huge project with a great graphic and perfect visualization. I'm sure the mobile market will easily be attracted, and I guess when it launches globally, the game will download over 1 million players within a week. The beta testing has been announced for a few times, especially on PC platform, but anyway it's for mobile as well as a cross-platform RPG. Mongil Stardive is made by Unreal Engine 5, which is one of the most advanced games engines right now. No wonder the game is really good in visual. It's a single-player adventure base where the player can make a 3 lane up. We can deal more extra damage but need to be concerned about a certain condition, which is try to come closer to the target then switch the character to trigger the entrance attack to the nearby enemy. This game will become no autoplay RPG, which all of the action we do should be done manually, but I wish the developer would add some important action like climbing, swimming, gliding, and even hanging on the zip line. Rewinding Cadans. Surely the developer got an idea on combining two different games which are Genshin Impact as a character design and also Wuthering Waves as a combat art style, with those combinations making it pretty identical with an anime games nowadays. It's a single player base that let the player follow the main storyline, but most of the time the selection answer will be available to select once we have a question. It will determine a different plot twist once you pick a different answer. I prefer to play any game that lets the player have a freedom to pick their own story, just like the Rewinding Cadans game. Right now, we still don't get any exact information on how the mechanism work, but the one thing I know is it will have an open world and hack and slash base. The cinematic scenes will show up frequently once in combat and explain how the story goes. I wish it was not a gender lock because I have seen one male character through the trailer. Samurai Showdown R. As I remember, this game was released before, but it suddenly disappeared. Correct me if I'm wrong, because the game's visual just remind me of that samurai game back then. Okay, the game was just released on the Play Store and made by SNK Games Company, which is quite a legendary games developer. Seriously, this game will be the smallest size in this list and really playable on any device level because I have tried to find the graphic setting but it's not available. So it will show with the standard version, that's why it's good for any device, no matter if it's a low-end one. I'm sure it can run smoothly without any lag. The game's combat mechanism lets the player make our own combo, even if you can keep hitting the enemy in the air and don't let the enemy land to the ground. This action is pretty satisfying. Once you are back into the safety area, which is in the village, then you can meet the other players. But in combat, you need to handle the target by yourself. Best samurai game hack and slash mobile. Dragon Sword. This is what I call a perfection. There is no anime game that will stand against it. Trust me, once it released globally, then more than 10 million players will download and play it. I have a ton of reasons why the player will play it and probably become the most played anime game RPG on mobile and PC. So it was made by the ex-Dragoness team. Of course, we all know how good the Dragoness game was, but this game has multiple times better in graphic, visual, gameplay, and also combat mechanism. With a great exploration concept, we'll let the player explore the world from a different way. Climbing the wall by riding a pet mount, flying to the sky, and even exploring the underwater world. All of these actions are pretty insane. The game's combat mechanism will easily bring you into another level. Hack and slash base, switching system, and grappling the enemy into the air will give the best action game experience to you. Most of the bosses that will face will have a huge size. Making a team up within the other characters will be the best way to gang the boss and declare the victory. Project a melee battle royale. I'm just wondering what the developer are thinking of making an anime game with a battle royale concept. It's pretty out of the box and anti-mainstream. But of course, it will give the new game innovation and new ideas to the other games developer to start thinking of any new anime game with a different concept. So the main gameplay is, we should kill each other with the other online player in a real-time PvP battle. All of the players should try to increase their character status by killing the monster around them first, before starting facing one by one with each other. The combat mechanism is a hack and slash base. We can select a different character with their own primary weapons of sword or bow. Try to become the last man standing to win the match. It's on development now, but it will directly go global because it has an English version already. Unfortunately, some moveset look quite clunky. I really hope it gets a better optimization on the connection ping as well. Bleach Soul Resonance. This is one of the most anticipated anime games on mobile. It's full of action, seriously. If you love to play any game with a hardcore level and high intention, I would highly recommend you to play it. This game is adapted from the most popular anime series, and this game will represent the actual characteristic of that anime. The character model, the design, the combat, and how good the storyline with a voiceover will easily deliver the storyline to the player. No matter if you never know about the actual Bleach storyline, because the developer try hard on making a perfect dialogue. The main gameplay is a hack and slash base, so many action will learn and master, like dodging, counter-attack, and even you can parry the enemy skill. This all action surely need a high concentration to do. Timing and precision is the main key to anticipating every single attack. There is one mode or features that interest me, which is PvP or player versus player. Compete with the other players and lead the PvP rank to get a better reward. Bonus, the hidden ones. All players should give a huge amount of attention to it. One of the best PvP game action anime on mobile. But anyway, it's not only about PvP mode only because the player can enjoy the story through campaign mode. With a lot of cutscenes and special animation along the dialogue, it is enough to let the player know how good the game's quality is. Once you get into the action, you will see the actual movement of a martial art style. It's because the developer decided to make every action by the support of a real martial art artist as a motion capture movement. A lot of action we can do like blocking, parrying, counterattack and releasing the powerful damage through the ultimate power. These all are the best new action RPG game anime with a hack and slash base for mobile. Even most of the game can run on PC as a cross-platform game as well. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks!